in the first quarter sponsor, Alan Mance, as we see umpire Chris Mitchell come in with Fitzroy kicking down to the Drill Hall end. That's the Barclay Street end. Footscray going up to the Geelong Road, and up went Scotty Wind. He tapped it down okay. The ball came out quickly to Stevenson of Fitzroy. He's kicked it out wide. It's going to be taken under control over there by Johnston. Johnston of Fitzroy has got it moving to Jimmy Wind of Fitzroy. There's two Winds today. Jimmy Wind and, of course, our own Scotty. The ball comes down to where Corcoran is going to be playing on the wing for Footscray. Takes the mark, immediately brings the traffic around the member stand side of the ground. Got it across to Atkins. Atkins down toward half forward. Lost it again. Run out of there too easily. Here's a chance to grab Seacombe, and Seacombe threw the ball. According to the umpire, this is umpire Keith Callaghan. He said he threw it, and Footscray get the free kick, and they'll get that free kick through West. West down looking for Delray, playing from behind. Royal picks it up just inside the 50. Here's a chance to Grant. Edges his opponent out. Got the mark, though. Been paid the mark. And when he did edge him out, I noticed Super nod.
Well, I think it was a little bit lucky in the end. It was a fairly decent nudge that he gave him, but I think the umpire was just at that angle where he couldn't really get a good sight-on view of how hard Chris gave him a push. But
well, that was umpire Callaghan, and they'll need to score from this, and he has. He was only a matter of 20 metres out. He was on a slight angle, about 45 degrees, and he was able to put it through. And that was Paxman, who was outmanoeuvred there on that occasion. And there's Grant. I'm just trying to pick up Super. Where is Paul Roos?
Paul Roos is playing on that, or at centre half back, by the looks of it. So Stanfield's got him, but he did seem to get away a little bit early in the game, even though he hasn't picked up a possession yet. But that's something Stanfield will have to watch very closely.
OK, so Footscray 1 goal, Fitzroy yet to score.
And it's Wind gets the knockout once again. It comes down to Fitzroy. Broderick gets the handball away over to his teammate Anthony McGregor. But in the meantime, the umpire has said that Broderick was interfered with, and the free kick goes Fitzroy's way. Up to the half-forward flank on the grandstand side. Doug Hawkins from the back punches the ball to the ground. It's picked up nicely by Cameron. His handball over there to his teammate in Nicholson wasn't a good one. Put him under pressure, and Fitzroy come away with the ball here as Stevenson picks up the ball. Liberatori's in there tackling hard. The ball down to the ground, but it's picked up by Manson of Fitzroy. He drives into the half-forward line. Solid clash there. Nicholson goes back for Footscray. Was dragged when he didn't have the ball, and play on is the call now as the advantage comes Footscray's way, but a terrible kick there by Shannon Corcoran, who came away with the ball, has put it over the boundary line on the full, and the free kick will go Fitzroy's way, and Anthony McGregor will take the kick once again. McGregor drives up to the half-forward line. Off the hands of the pack, it's picked up again by Nicholson. He goes wide over across the face of goals, out to the Gordon Street side. Running in there hard was Quill. He's hot in pursuit of his opponent, and the ball is taken over the boundary line, right on the 50-metre line, and will have a throw in. Ball is down the Barclay Street end in Fitzroy's attacking zone. Lovely knockout by Wind. Went down towards Toohey. Toohey gets a handball back to Hawkins. Hawkins puts the boot into the ball and it kicks it right back into the vacant spaces, but there's nobody home there for Footscray, and Fitzroy come away with the ball. Nice driving kick here. Oh, it's an all good pass up there looking towards the full forward in Fleming, but he can't control the ball, and on the ground the Footscray players quickly gather over it, and the umpire will come in to ball it up.
Now we wait for this umpire. This is umpire Keith Callaghan, bouncing the ball 40 metres out from Fitzroy's goal. They're kicking down to the Barclay Street end. Up went Manson, tap it away okay, but Hawkins is there. He lost the run of it. It was kicked off the ground, came out very nicely over to the Footscray defenders, and it's right on the chest of Stanfield. Stanfield takes the mark and hooks out a hand pass straight there to Nicholson. Nicholson tackled just as he kicked the ball. Little unlucky there, McGregor. Fitzroy, because the ball went out of bounds on the full from the kick by Nicholson, and now he's kicked into the player on the mark. Play on calls the umpire, so he's had a couple of opportunities. Wind goes in for Fitzroy, and then it goes, the other Wind came in then to tackle Johnston, and have left the ball go free to Cameron of Footscray, now to Hawkins. Hawkins up to West. For some reason or other, West takes his eye off the ball, gives it back in turn to Cameron, and down there there'll be a mark paid. And it's going to be paid to the big Ilya Grikic, sprawling to get the mark. Did he hold it, do you think, Super?
He certainly did, H. He swallowed it, and then just as he rolled across the ground,
he coughed it up.
He came free, that's right.
He coughed it up.
He cleared his throat.
Tell you what, I was very impressed the way he got his body in front there, held position.
Manoeuvred himself quite well. He's a very quick and agile man.
Paxman stands the mark, and in goes the kick by Ilya. Not going to make the distance. It'll be knocked to ground. I thought the wind pulled that one up, and so that might be that the wind is not favouring the Geelong Road end. Anyhow, Choco got it. Choco then gave it to West. West back here to Choco again, and then it's Atkins kicking to the player in front of him. Up goes Manson, pumps the ball away. Scotty Wine's got a chance to pick it up. He's almost centre wing, tries to get away from the tackle, missed it. McGregor's in for it. McGregor keeps the ball in play, and the boundary umpire for some reason says it was over and out.
And Matthew Armstrong just had the ball drop kicked into his face, H.
Right, he's okay now, though, Matthew Armstrong of Fitzroy. Ball being thrown in. Wind will take it. No, he punches it out. It'll go straight to Armstrong of Fitzroy. Hand passing to his teammate Broderick. Now over to Roos, running free from Stanfield. Comes up through the centre, kicks long, right down toward his teammate down there. Fitzroy's got it. It went to Stevenson, but there's a free kick prior to that. And that free kick is going there to Johnston. Or is it McCarthy? It is McCarthy. And McCarthy, short passes, and he's going to find Alistair Lynch. So Fitzroy have got the ball within scoring distance here. 35 metres out from goal. Barclay Street, Drill Hall end. No problems about angle, even though he's on a slight angle, but there's no problems there. Alistair Lynch comes in, and the goal umpire is going to give all clear a goal. And the scores are even on the Alan Mans Motors scoreboard. Footscray and Fitzroy are 1 goal apiece. They're 6 points as we go to Raquel to see if anything's happening around the grounds.
At the MCG, North Melbourne 1 straight point to Geelong 1 straight point. No game commenced as of yet at the Princes Park game with Richmond and West Coast Eagles, and at Waverley between Hawthorn and Carlton.
Okay, here's Laurie Sandilands.
And Armstrong goes to pick up Simon Atkins. Jim Wind has got the job on Liberatore, so plenty of tagging there in the centre. Down goes the ball once again. Scotty Wine gets the thump away. Coming through here is McGregor for Fitzroy. He overran the ball. Wind has got it for Fitzroy. Got the kick away to the outer wing. Players running in hard here. Stevenson of Fitzroy is the first in. Nigel Callett was in there, used his body well and kept the ball on the ground. Players quickly gather, and the umpire will come in to ball it up. Atkins now free of the tag, runs over to...
I think you'll find it's Broderick on Atkins.
Broderick has now picked him up, yeah. Up goes the ball. No one got a clear knockout, but coming away with the ball is Cameron for Footscray. Gets it under the left foot and kicks it up to the half-forward line. Royal went in there, couldn't quite take the mark. And now coming through for Fitzroy is Abbott. He gets the kick away up to the half-back line, and Wind takes the mark for Fitzroy. Quick handball comes out to Roos. Roos full of running, gets it over towards McGregor. McGregor into the centre of the ground, puts a lovely kick up towards the forward line. It could have been a free kick there to Footscray as Nicholson was being held, but play on is the call. Hawkins comes through, overruns the ball. Baldwin's in there for Fitzroy, taps it back towards McCarthy. He was well tackled, but in the meantime the umpire has paid a free kick, and Hawkins must have been impeding his player there as his player in Baldwin got the handball away. The umpire has picked it up, and so Baldwin goes back to have the free kick. He's on the boundary line in front of the Witten stand, about 45 metres out from goal. Pretty well got the wind right behind him from here, so Baldwin comes in, lines up the goals, puts the ball on its way. Nice looking kick off the boot. The umpire was running towards the goals, then he comes back, and Baldwin has put that right through the centre. Jason Baldwin gets his first goal, and Fitzroy move on to 2 goals. 2 straight kicks for Fitzroy. Footscray are on 1 goal, and that's on the Alan Mance Motors scoreboard.
Steve McPherson.
Yes, an unnecessary free kick, I suppose, out there on the half-forward flank. It was a difficult shot at goal, and Baldwin did a great job to kick it through from there.
Okay, the ball back in the centre of the ground. About to be put down. Umpire Callaghan moves in, bounces it. There'll be Manson up against Wine. Big Scotty Wine tapped it out again, got it out to Atkins with a hand pass then. And the ball is kicked wide. Oh, great turn of speed there by guard of Fitzroy. Came right away from Choco Royal. Got his boot to ball, and put it out of bounds in the centre wing. On the Dougie Hawkins wing, this is, on the outer side of the ground. So the ball about to be thrown in. Wind again with Manson. Manson battled hard. He certainly got it down there okay. He's got it out here in turn to Dunstan. Dunstan has been able to kick it long, but right on the 50-metre line, the ball bounces over the boundary line to be thrown in. So, again, Fitzroy into the attacking zone. They've got 2 goals on the Alan Mance motor scoreboard. Footscray 1 goal. So it's a goal the difference. Ball being thrown in right on that 50-metre line. Up they'll go. Nobody can really get a big tap out, but it comes out to Libba. Liberatory is kicked the ball down, trying to find a teammate in Stanfield. Oh, running onto it nicely was Quill. He's booted it up toward West. West has got a chance. The big elbow went up then, I felt. Play on called the umpire, though. Back it goes now toward Liberatory. A free kick, though, will be paid to West. Not sure whether that was for the earlier tackle, which was pretty crude. And he's looking now for Grant. Oh, Grant was too strong for Seacombe then. And Grant has taken the mark right on the 50-metre line at the Geelong Road end. Delray leads up. Zanotti goes with him. Here's Elliot Ricker. It's over his head and through. No, it's not. It's hit the behind post, and so it'll be thrown in. After 10 minutes of play, first quarter, Fitzroy in front. 2 goals to Footscray's 1. Up they'll go. It was Manson to get that tap out okay. He got it nicely. Here's a free kick. Free kick coming up. It's going to go to Choco Royal. It's been paid against David Johnston for shepherding Royal out from the contest of the throw-in. Very interesting decision, that one. Umpire Chris Mitchell paid it. And this should be a certain gimme goal for Brian Royal. He'll kick from about 15 metres out. He's gone back much further than that. It's only about a 20-degree angle. He's got no problems at all, one would think. And that proves to be the case. So the score's 11 on the Alan Mance motor scoreboard. Both teams are 2 goals apiece. Brian Royals kicked his first. Grant kicked the other one for Footscray. For Fitzroy, Lynch and Baldwin, the goal kickers at this stage. We've been playing 12 minutes and around the grounds with Raquel.
Carlton 1 straight behind, Hawthorn yet to score, and Gary Ablett has just booted his 2nd goal, taking him to the tally of 100 for the season.
Great work for Gary Ablett. Here's Steve McPherson.
Yeah, H, well, I didn't see much in that contest at all, but it's a pretty handy one for Footscray, and Brian Royal will certainly enjoy that.
Well, back in the centre of the ground, here's Laurie Standlands.
Yeah, I was just going to say both sides now having a goal from a free kick, and we've only played 11 minutes into the first quarter. Manson takes the ball out of the air, got tackled well by Scott Wine, who come through, and the ball comes loose. Cameron runs away for Footscray. Roos is hot in pursuit, but Cameron with a bit more pace gets away, gets onto the left foot and cleverly screwed it back, but just right on the boundary and flat out, couldn't quite control it, and the ball's gone over the boundary line in the scoreboard pocket, and the free kick will go Fitzroy's way, and to take it, the wild man of Borneo himself, and that's Zanotti. Zanotti, a beautiful kick right back towards centre half back. Guard set himself well and took the mark, and Guard of Fitzroy now kicks into, puts Fitzroy into attack. That's a nice looking pass too as McCarthy comes down the ground, and McCarthy takes the mark. McCarthy now drives the ball forward. Good lead here by the Fitzroy forward. I pushed his opponent out there. Luckily for, well, not luckily, but Sexton was under the ball, and the forward up there in Lynch just put 2 hands in the back, and the free kick had to go to Sexton. Sexton's kick goes wide out to the Doug Hawkins wing. Players won't get there in time, and the ball has gone out of bounds on the true centre wing position. Other player up there on the forward line for Fitzroy is Dale Fleming. Lynch is actually lining up at the true full forward position though. Manson gets the flick out at the back. Players in quickly for the ball. It's going to bounce nicely for Atkins. He gets a handball away to Cameron. Cameron now gets down clear onto the left foot. Not a good kick, and it goes up towards Royal. Royal can't take the mark. Guard has punched the ball to the ground, and Guard follows up very well. Gets a handball away to Armstrong. Armstrong quickly over to McGregor. McGregor a further handball there to Broderick, and now it comes back to Armstrong, but the umpire's going to bring it back. Fitzroy were all in the running there, but a free kick was paid back here, and the ball's being brought back to Broderick. He now chips it across to Armstrong, who could have kept running if the umpire had or allowed things to go, but now Armstrong drives the ball into attack. Hawkins was in there, couldn't take the mark, falls to his knees and then recovers to get the handball away to Toohey. Toohey down the member's side will drive Footscray into attack with a long kick up towards a half-forward line. Roos went high, couldn't take the mark. Clever roving here by Chris Grant. Got the ball to the ground, then he turns around around quickly, puts it up towards Del Rey. Couldn't quite get there on the in time to take the mark, but the ball bounces back into the hands of Del Rey. Gets a kick away under pressure. It's across the face of goals. Royal is after it. Guard will be the first there, though, for Fitzroy, and he sees the safety of the boundary line, taps the ball across in the scoreboard pocket, and will have a throw in 20 metres around from the Footscray goal.
Del Rey should have handball to Stanfield then.
Okay, the ball being thrown in. Ilya Grigiv up against Manson. Choco Royal's got it under control. Went for a hand pass, wasn't a good one. Came to ground, picked up over there by Seacombe. He kicked it long and high. In went Quill. Quill to Cameron was good football. Back to Quill. He's got time to steady. Oh, beautiful smother down there. Another great smother. Oh, twice by that young kid, Dunstan. What a great effort by that boy from Fitzroy. And he's put it over and out. And this will be joy, even though it is against Footscray, to a great defender in Steve McPherson. You'd love that.
That was fantastic. That's sort of the inspirational stuff that'll lift Fitzroy.
Okay, twice by that young kid, Johnson. And up went Manson. He got the tap out okay. Coming back now towards Scotty Wine. He's over the top of the ball, but he whips out the hand pass to Quill. Quill goes with a left foot kick, but playing in front is Guard again. This happened at Collingwood with Brian Royal, and he's going to have to get in front. Guard takes an easy mark. On the chest, kicks it long, right down towards centre wing. Wasn't taking that mark. The ball's being held to the Footscray player over there. I think you'll find there'll be a ball up by the umpire Callaghan. Yes, he's decided to call for that bounce. And going back is Tui. Tui had that ball held to him. He throws it back. And umpire Callaghan will be bouncing the ball right in the centre of the centre wing position. Tui picking up Abbott, who's a bit taller than him. I thought Abbott would have picked up Gricky, but it didn't work out that way. Anyhow, Quill's not kicking well today. And his kick after a knockout by Wine finds itself down the half-forward line. In goes Scotty West, picks up, fires at goal, and has put it through. Well, out of that little effort came some good. Quill kicked the ball forward. It bounced loose, and there was West to pick it up. And he's put it through with a left foot snap. That's his natural kicking foot. And Footscray on the Alan Mann scoreboard, 3 goals, 18 points. Fitzroy 2 goals for 12 points.
That's exactly the way Scott West needs to play the game. Be there for those wobbly old kicks and be at the fall of packs. And he certainly capitalised on that mistake by Quill, but he made something out of it.
Back in the centre of the ground, it's a good high bounce. Players go in. Manson with a positive tap away, gets it over towards McCarthy. He gets a handball away, back over to his teammate in Johnson. Johnson gets it over to Broderick. Broderick onto the left foot, kicks up towards Lynch. He was put under the ball. In there trying to get it is Fleming. He was fighting very hard for it there, but good defensive work by Footscray once again, and that was through Darcy there. Just didn't allow Fleming to get away, and the Footscray defenders have trapped the ball about 20 metres out from Fitzroy's goal. 3 straight goals, Footscray. That's 18 points. Fitzroy are on 2 straight goals. The ball goes up again, knocked away by the Fitzroy players over here towards Fleming once again. He can't pick it up. Scott Wine went in and got the ball out nicely. Handball over there was intercepted by Baldwin. His kick in turn is smothered. Liberatory picks it up, gets it quickly over towards Tui. He was too slow in getting rid of the ball, and the Fitzroy players come in quickly. Well done though, Footscray. A beautiful handball out of the pack finds Corcoran. Corcoran goes long up towards Chris Grant. He was put under the ball well by Seacombe. Almost took the mark there. The ball comes back on the pack, and Fitzroy players go in quickly. And that's Armstrong. Got back there. The Footscray players grabbed him and appealed for the free kick, but the umpire said nothing doing, and we'll have a ball up.
That was a lovely hand pass, Watkins.
Abbott's come off, and Caven has gone on to Tui.
Waiting for the bounce. There it goes. Good knock away by Footscray. All Fitzroy here, though, as Armstrong gets the ball and just runs it over the boundary line as he was tackled by Liberatore.
We've been playing exactly 17 and a half minutes down here at the Western Oval. Footscray are a goal in front. 3 goals to 2 on the Alan Mann's motor scoreboard, and you're on 3WRB. Up went Scotty Wine and tapped it out nicely. Got it down toward Liberatore, picked up by Atkins of Footscray. The kick's a bad one, and chipping in to take the safe mark is the Fitzroy captain, Bruce. Choco Royal stands the mark. Bruce looking for somebody to run. They're not running today, Fitzroy, and he's got to kick the ball down where Scotty Wine's up in front. Should get the free kick. Didn't get it. Came loose. It's been picked up down here by Johnson of Fitzroy. Whipped it out to Armstrong. He's kicked it long. Fitzroy are in attack here. It's bouncing everywhere, and it bounces straight over in the direction there of Callett. Callett has got it to Corcoran. Corcoran takes the mark and hand passes the ball to Nicholson. Nicholson goes past 2 players. Gets onto the right boot for Footscray. Boots it down where Chris Grant's making position. He'll run the ball with him. He tries to handball it on. A good tackle there by Seacombe. Appreciated too by Chris Grant. He just tapped him on the shoulder, much as to say that was a great tackle. And you don't see a lot of that type of sportsmanship. The ball's out of bounds and it's about to be thrown in. On the 50-metre line, here's a chance again for West. No, it's a free kick. Free kick to Grant. Footscray were almost in the goal. There, the ball had come loose. It had been picked up by the opportunist in West, Scotty West. He was heading goalward. Manson pays the penalty. Ball comes back, and Chris Grant has got to shoot at goal. Now, earlier in his career, and he's only a youngster now, you'd be saying he could kick the distance. But I noticed in the past couple of weeks he's been struggling for distance. We'll see what happens. He'll kick from about 48 metres. On its way. Perfect kick. It's weighted, as they say these days. And it goes straight through the centre. And Super knew that there was no problems right from when he moved in. Yes. So Grant coming back to top form. 4 goals. Footscray for 24 points. Fitzroy 2 for 12. 2 goals for 12 points. Alan Mount's motor scoreboard.
H, that's his distance. I think if it had been outside or on that 50, he would have had to struggle a little bit more. But we were almost penalised severely then by, you know, the umpire bringing it back. The free kick could have paid the advantage, and West could have had his second goal.
Back in the centre. Good high bounce once again by the umpire. Scotty Wine gets a knock away. It rebounds to Manson. His kick is smothered off the boot. Baldwood was in there. Got the ball out nicely. And Fitzroy go into attack with a long kick up towards the half-forward line. Nigel Callett thumps the ball down to the ground. Coming through here is Footscray, and Cameron's got the ball. Gets it nicely out to Peter Quill. Quill's into play early. Has one bounce, then dummies back. Gets on the right foot. Kicks in towards a half-forward line. Scott West went high. It was punched away from him by McGregor. Stanfield is in there. Picks up the ball. Gets it to Atkins. Atkins quick with feet. Gets it down towards Chris Grant. The ball bounces nicely for him. Seacombe grabs him. Gets him away from the ball. Gets the ball away from Grant, rather. The umpire calls play on 2. And Seacombe once again doing a good job. Has put the ball over the boundary line for a throw in about 60 metres around from Footscray's goal. Manson gets into the front position as the ball's thrown in. Scott Wind from the back, flicks it further over the back to Quill. Quill was tackled, the handball away. It was intercepted by Johnson of Fitzroy. It comes out now to Baldwin. Baldwin onto the left foot, puts a towering kick up towards a half-forward line. But Doug Hawkins was there and read it very well. And Hawkins takes the mark. He switches play over to the member side with a lovely pass to Callett. Callett's had 2 bounces. He's down to the centre wing position. Looks further afield now and slams the ball down towards Ilya, who went up and has taken a magnificent mark. Big Ilya coming in like a Sherman tank, an airborne Sherman tank, spread eagled the pack, took the mark, and have a listen to the crowd in appreciation of that effort.
An airborne Sherborne tank.
Sherman
Fantastic,
tank.
isn't it?
Nothing bigger and heavier than that in the world.
That would be really something to see. That'd be like when I was a kid. It used to be the cow over the moon.
Grigic comes in, gets into stride. That's a better kick off the boot. It's going close. The umpire watches it. And it's 1 behind. Just a little too much. He allowed too much for the breeze and it didn't come back. 4-1-25 Footscray. That's the first behind on the board from either side. 4-1-25 Footscray. Fitzroy on 2 straight goals.
And he didn't. He had his gloves on to take the mark. He didn't take them off to do the kicking. And there's the ball being booted in. Goes to Manson. Manson misses an opportunity. Richard goes in. Kicks it short. Straight to Scotty West. And West, hasn't he got confidence to kick this distance? Well, he mustn't have, because he's gone out wider, worse angle, and given it to Libber. But Libber's coming in on the natural left foot. Zanotti stands the mark. The big long blocks of Zanotti waving in the breeze. Libber kicks for a point. He kicks it out of bounds, as a matter of fact, on the full. So Scotty West, I'm surprised. Surely he can kick 45 metres.
Well, he can kick 40 metres, but he also had a few options running down the middle of the ground, which he ignored. He just saw Liberatore out on his own.
OK, so the ball is kicked in by Paxman. Up went the big fellow, and Scotty Wine took the mark. Came out to Cameron. Cameron with the kick now, looking for Grant. Comes off hands, picked up by Corcoran, off Footscray. Chance for Del Rey, and Del Rey sees the ball, just goes over the outstretched hands of Paxman. That was a lovely kick there, and the mark has been taken by Del Rey.
Yeah, twice now Corcoran's put beautiful kicks into the forward line. His previous one to Grigic was as good as that, but he picked Del Rey out beautifully there.
Very intelligent kick.
And Del Rey is 20 metres out from goal. at the Geelong Road end, moves in, knows it's an important kick, and does all that's expected of him. Took the mark, beautiful pass to him, and he has put the goal on for Footscray to go to 5-1-31. Fitzroy a 2-goal straight 12, and I think that tent might be coming out of mothballs for the Whisperer as we see the ball on its way back. Yes, Steve?
Yeah, well, that was fantastic by Corcoran. He stayed down, read it off the pack well, and saw a gap appear where Delray was running to, and he just sat it up and into that area, and Delray had his opponent, Zanotti, just cold.
Scotty Wine controlling the rucks at the moment as the ball goes up once again in the centre. Wine once again gets the knock away over towards West. He was well tackled by McGregor as the ball hit the hands of West. McGregor coming to tackle him. The umpire said he had no chance of getting rid of it, and so we'll have another ball up still in the centre of the ground.
Good tackler, young Scotty West. I've noticed that in the last few weeks.
Yeah, he's very good at spoiling and, you know, basketball fashion type.
He's got those long arms, those orangutan arms.
Not a good bounce that time by the umpire. Cameron picked it up. He was put to the ground pretty heavily. Coming through here for Footscray, it's Tui once again. Gets the ball down to the half-forward line. Oh, lovely bounce there for West. Just sat into his arms. He handballs over to Atkins. Atkins puts it down towards Royal. Oh, it's run through the players. There's about 6 groups of players there. Danny Delray was on his own at the back of the pack. As I said, it's beaten Guard, it's beaten Zanotti, it's beaten Seacombe. Delray was at the back of the pack, just turned around, had a quick look, ran into the open goal and slammed it through. And Footscray at the 26-minute mark have moved on to 6-1-37. It's a good opening quarter. Fitzroy are on 2 goals.
And as Sambo said, Laurie Sandlin said, maybe Paul Roos has picked the wrong toss of the coin and gone the wrong end. Yes, Raquel, what are the scores around the grounds?
At Waverley, Carlton 3-3-21, leading Hawthorn 1-1-7. At Princes Park, West Coast Eagles trail Richmond 1 straight goal 6, trailing Richmond 1-4-10. That's brought to you by Cagney's Hairdressing.
And the ball back in the centre of the ground, and umpire Callaghan puts it down. Scotty Wine will take the punch out, but he punched it too far, and it's gone over in the direction here of Dunstan. Dunstan of Fitzroy will pick it up on the centre wing on the outer side of the ground. Kicks it long. Up goes the Hawk, and he takes the mark. The Hawk's up there now. He's flying high, and he's got things under control. Let's hope he kicks. Scotty Wine saying, give it to me, and he's, oh, look at that for a kick. What a kick. What a perfect kick. And Scotty Wine takes the mark and feeds out the hand pass over there to Atkins. Atkins has it with Grant running onto the ball. He does it so often he's been held when in possession. And he's been free kicked. A ridiculous decision. He kicked the ball and he's been paid a free kick against him. Callaghan made a bad error there. Seacombe gets a charity. Good play down here by Grant, even though it's gone against him. My word, he's got an ability to run onto the ball. The ball goes to Armstrong. They must keep their cool now, the Footscray side. Comes out to Tui. Tui with a hand pass to Corcoran. This will be dangerous. It's going down to Delray. Delray's got it. Delray's got to come back now. He was going to give it to Grant. He had to give it quicker. And he'll kick down to where Grant's making position. Grant and Ilya Grikic. Which one will go for it? Grikic's no, it'll be Grant. Grant's taken another great mark. Got round in front of Guard. Pushed Seacombe off. Got round the front. They've left it for Paxman to try and do some spoiling, the Fitzroy boys. But Grant had the ball under control. Had it put it out in 10 metres out. And it's no angle again. He's already kicked a goal from here. That's his third. And Fitzroy are struggling. Footscray have gone on the Alan Mance motor scoreboard to 7-1-43. Fitzroy 2 straight goals, 12. Round to Raquel.
Yes, Geelong have got off to a nice start, 4-3-27, and North Melbourne just 1 straight behind.
Okay, Super.
Yeah, H. Well, he is a fantastic kid. He keeps his eye on the ball, and when the ball kicked over his head, he's got the ability to turn his opponent. And he was very ably assisted then by the big man, Grigic, who a lot of attention was focused on him, and Grant had the opportunity just to keep his eyes on the ball and take advantage of a bit of wrestling with the big fella.
29 minutes played. Laurie.
Good opening here by the Bulldogs, and Roos hasn't been able to get into the game at this stage. Up goes the ball. Wind, a magnificent tap out to Cameron. Cameron tackled, but gets the handball away over to Stanfield. Stanfield quickly to Liberatori. Liberatori now gets it out to Corcoran. It wasn't a good handball, though. Bouncing awkwardly for Corcoran. Armstrong came in well for Fitzroy, put his body in, and will take the free kick. Just a poor handball there from Liberatori, and Fitzroy now with a free kick through Armstrong. A left foot kick goes high up towards centre half forward. Wine set himself, couldn't take the mark. Hawkins in there doing a beautiful mopping up job at the back. Gets it out to Callett. Callett's handball comes away, and that will go over to Nicholson, who found West nicely, but West's handball is intercepted, and McGregor comes away. West has been put down behind the play. Play on is the call, and a great mark in defence in the teeth of goals once again by the captain, Dougie Hawkins. Hawkins handballs to Sexton. Sexton was put down after play, and the umpire saw that one, and the free kick will be relayed downfield, almost to the wing position, and goes to Atkins. Atkins gets a handball away quickly to Callett. Callett now is on the wing position, member side, gets an underground handball away over to his teammate here in Shannon Corcoran. Corcoran's kick goes into West. That was a missed kick actually, but West just turned around and took the mark. West kicks it up to Ilya Grigic, who went high, couldn't take the mark. The ball hits the ground. Coming away with it is Johnson, who threw it out to Baldwin. Baldwin gets it over towards Roos, and Roos clears out to the outer side of the ground and finds his teammate there in Michael Dunstan with a nice pass.
And now Dunstan with the right foot kick on the outer wing position, and Hawks on a mark again. The Hawks looking for somebody to pass it to. Who's he going to go to? He doesn't matter. He gets the kick down for the stat. I can't pay the mark.